Hello and welcome to another Toy Box tutorial. In this episode, we're going to deal with keeping track of lives and ending the game when all lives are lost. I've started with a couple of the basics that we're going to need to make this sort of thing happen. The first of these is the challenge maker. We need a challenge maker to activate any tracking toys upon the start of the game. So when the game is started, we're going to make sure that our counter is reset, and we're going to make sure that when the game is started that our victory tracker is active. Okay, that's the easy part. Now, actually all of this is going to be sort of an easy part, but let's deal with the counter. This is the thing that's going to keep track of our lives. So the request that was made was that we have 3 lives to start. So we're going to start our reset count at 3. Those are our 3 lives. Our target count's not going to be used. I'm not sure how the logic acts when you're not going to reach a target. What I don't want to happen is it to decrement to 2 and kick off some kind of target completed logic. So I'm going to put the target count way up high to a number that we won't possibly reach, like 29. Seems like a nice, fair number. Alright. Secondly, we want to double check that it's on visible display, because that's going to show the player how many lives they have remaining when they die. So that's good. Things are stood up there. So now, how do we know when the player dies? Well, that's a good question. It's not apparent by the name of the Creativitoy. This thing is called the Victory Tracker, and it actually has a section here that tracks all player defeats. So what we have to do is select the defeated category, player, and player 1. That means when player 1 dies, we want to do something. And that something is decrement our life counter by 1. So now every time a player is defeated, we lose a life. I always get these accomplishments right in the middle of my video. So every time a player loses a life, we want to take away one of those 3 lives. So die 1 time, should be down to 2. Die a second time, should be down to 1. Die a third time, it hits 0. And we want to tell it what to do when 0 is reached, which is convenient. There it is. When 0 is reached, let's let the game challenge maker know that the game has failed. And just to rub it in, when the game has failed, let's send a message to the player telling him, you lost. You lost, buddy. Sorry. And let's make it a banner. Let's make it stay around for 10 seconds, because that's annoying. We'll keep it off for all players since we're only dealing with player 1. Alright, so there we go. Now we just need one more thing, and that's a way to die. And boy, do I have a candidate for that one. So let's go to recently used toys. And I have the Masher, which is one of my favorite platforming challenges, since it's just instant death. Alright, let's go ahead and stand under here and see how this works. Oh yeah, it would help. It would help. That one was just a practice run to make sure it would really kill me. It would help if I actually come on here and start the challenge. So now we're going to get a countdown. There's our 3 lives up in the top. That's a good sign. When we die, the life count goes down to 2. Oh, there's 1. That was kind of a cheesy death. He has a very sensitive big toe. And now I've lost, and the game is going to now taunt me. You lost! You lost, buddy. Sorry. And there's our challenge failed indicator. So there's a very simple, short example of how to track the lives of a player and how to end the game when they've lost them all. I'll be back with more videos at a later time. I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet example of how to track player lives and how to set up the game conditions to end when all lives are lost. Thank you, and thank you for tuning in.